I'm not going to stitch the video because the comment section is a transphobic nightmare. But right now there is a conversation around using more inclusive language for people who give birth. Now, primarily this would be in a medical setting for the most part. So like we're talking about when doulas or gynecologists are interacting with a person who is pregnant. They might use the word birthing person instead of the word mother by default, because not every person who gives birth is a mother. Now, statistically, most people who give birth are mothers, but not all people. And I am a cisgender woman who is a mother. I've given birth to 2 children. But, mother refers to the person who is going to parent a child. And a birthing person and a mother may not be the same person. So if we're looking at cisgender women, we're talking about people who might be surrogates. They give birth, but they're not the mother. Or people whose children are adopted. They give birth, but they're not the mother. But not every person who gives birth is a woman. You have intersex people, non-binary people, and trans men.
What did you say? What the f*** did you just say?
But not every person who gives birth is a woman.
Wrong, 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 wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong. You're wrong.
So, happy Birthing Person's Day, I guess? Just kidding. Happy Mother's Day to all of you lovely mothers out there. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Anyway, welcome back. Thank you guys so much for joining me. So I have a very quick and very crazy Mother's Day Clown World update for you guys today. And as usual, we have very little time to waste. So let's get into it. Now, if you place your attention on the screen for a moment. So this is Izzy, short for Isabella. Now, Izzy is a biological man that identifies as a trans woman and calls himself a transbian or trans lesbian. Now, Izzy does celebrate Mother's Day and does use ladies' restrooms. Huh?
It rubs the lotion on its skin or else it gets the hose again.
All right, we're going to hear some more Mother's Day magic in just 1 second. But first, it's been a minute since we've heard from everybody's second favorite paid establishment shill, Harry's boyfriend, Chris. Now, here Chris brags about how Joe Biden has spent almost $1 trillion on climate change. He also brags about how the government is spending a bunch of money to try to tell people how to store their firearms. That's great, Chris. Just keep flushing our money down the toilet. Roll it.
Chris, I don't understand. Why should I vote for Joe Biden? Okay, he's passed more physical legislation than any president in the last 3 decades. This includes $1.5 trillion for infrastructure, something Trump wanted to do but didn't. A couple $100 billion for veterans health care. A couple $100 billion for manufacturing. Giving businesses tax cuts so they'll create these manufacturing facilities and create computer chips to go compete against China. It's pretty cool and it's created a lot of jobs. Almost $1 trillion for climate change. Having businesses pump CO2 10,000 feet underground. He signed the first type of gun reform we've seen in the last 3 decades. Strengthening background checks, and his administration is going around the country with this funding and teaching people how to store their firearms safely. Also pretty neat and saving lives. Erased student loan debt for over 3 million people, about $145 billion, and capped insulin prices for seniors on Medicare at like $35 a month. And he's now capping things like inhalers and antivirals, and like he's the first president who's like fighting the lower pharmaceutical cost. He's not perfect, but that's pretty damn good. The other guy did none of that, and he also tried to overturn an election he didn't win, and he's facing 800 plus years in prison. And he's a raging narcissist, and he abuses women. So I think that's pretty much sums up exactly why you should vote for Joe Biden.
The truth is, you're still a dork, and I can still kick your ass.
So, people like the young lad Chris and his boyfriend Harry, who are paid cheerleaders for the establishment, are literally cheering on the destruction of the middle class, which ultimately leads to the destruction of this country. Anyway, next up, so here we have a sad Mother's Day tale from this green-haired fella. Roll it.
Okay, so Mother's Day is tomorrow, and this is the second day that's rolled around. There's 2 different days in the year that I question. There's Mother's Day and there's Father's Day. As a trans person, as a trans woman, which one do I celebrate? Father's Day rolled around. I don't feel like a father. Mother's Day is tomorrow. I feel like a mom, but who celebrates me? It's not a situation of pity me or anything. I just genuinely want to know, is there other people out there that you don't know which one you fall under? Are you a mom? Are you a dad? Where's Parents' Day? Why can't we just have a Parents' Day? Like, you're a parent, that's worth celebrating. Why does it have to be one or the other? It actually bothers me a lot, and I didn't think about that till today, and I don't know.
You act like a little bitch right now.
So this next fella, I genuinely feel bad for his child or children. They must be so fucking confused. Because I know I am. Roll it.
Happy Mother's Day, especially to all of my trans parents out there. This is my first Mother's Day as a mom. Been out for 4 years. I was kind of like a non-binary trans dad before that, but now I'm doing the mom thing.
What the f*** are you talking about, man?
And here we have another self-induced Mother's Day sob story. This fella's upset because his mother will never see him as her daughter. Why would she? But at least he's able to admit he'll never be a mother. Roll it.
The beautiful thing about Mother's Day is that while everyone else is going around being happy with their mothers, I have to deal with the fact that my mother's never going to see me as her daughter, and then I myself will never be able to be a mother.
No shit, Sherlock.
All right, next up we have this young fella who is a biological man that identifies as a trans woman. Down below it says his pronouns are they, them, and she, her. And up top it says CW, rant involving implied transphobia. Implied, remember that. So he wanted to go see his mother for Mother's Day, but didn't. And listen to the bullshit reason he gives for not going to see her. Roll it.
So I'm gonna go on a little bit of a rant here, because you know what sucks? It was recently Mother's Day, and my mother is one of the sweetest, kindest, and most supportive and accepting people I have ever met and I've ever known. And I love her greatly. As I've become an adult, she and I have become closer than ever because of some shared experiences in life. But I live in Texas. Now, I live in a very liberal and accepting part of Texas, and I am very lucky to do so. Where I grew up, where my mom lives, is nothing like that. So, guess who did not get to go home and visit their mother for Mother's Day? Me. I had to settle for calling her. Now, we talked for a good hour, but we caught up. But this sucks. That I don't feel safe going back to visit my mom. No matter how much I feel like I pass or do not pass, it doesn't matter. There's a fear there now. And that's not cool. That's just something I wanted to say, I guess.
You're a pussy.
Yeah, so his excuse for not going to see his mother on Mother's Day is that she doesn't live in some liberal hellhole like Seattle or San Francisco. Sorry, I'm not buying it. Anyway, next up, so this young lady is going to tell us how her relationship is now that her husband came out as trans. Roll it.
He first came out to me as gay in June of 2022. I was sad. I mean, I did have a mourning period and you do, and it's totally normal because you had your whole life figured out with one way, and then all of a sudden it's totally different. But once you get over that initial mourning period, it's awesome. We started going to drag shows, and I bought her makeup, and she tried on my clothes, all that kind of stuff. And then she came out as trans, and I was like, okay, cool, let's do this. So I bought her everything that she had, all of her first women's stuff I bought for her. I was absolutely fine with her being trans. In fact, since she became trans, it's made her a lot happier, which has helped our relationship and it's made us so much stronger.
Guys, real quick, we don't have any sponsors for today's video. If you'd like to sponsor the next video and help support the channel, there is a PayPal link in the description box below, and I will say your full name as a sponsor of said video unless stated otherwise by you. Ugh.
Holy cow.
All right, next up we have this handsome young fella who has made some fantastic life decisions, but none of that really matters because you can't understand a fucking word he says. Roll it.
Yo, Tattoo look like you. Where, if I say I don't ever see you, come to my life now and you blame you. I'm my father, my mother, I'm like, yo, I don't know what time I'm on gangster.
What in God's holy name are you blathering about?
So I saw this picture on Twitter, formerly known as X, and I just had to share it with you guys. I'm not sure if you saw the viral story. It was a video clip of these two guys who I think are just gay. I don't think they're trans or anything. But they had these two twins. Actually, one of these guys' sister carried them to term, so they didn't adopt them. They just bought a couple of twins, so someone made this picture and slapped a Happy Mother's Day on it. So there's that.
Ah, Jesus! What the hell is going on? I mean, what the hell is going on?
All right, guys, we're going to be wrapping it up with this clip that comes to us from Canada. Oh, how Canada has fallen. Now, this person's name is Faye Johnstone. I don't know who that is. I don't know what that is. But what I do know is Canada is about to get smothered by the Rainbow Coalition. Before we go, I just wanted to say once again, Happy Mother's Day to all of you beautiful mothers out there. Anyway, things are clearly getting very crazy out there, guys. So please take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Till next time. Love you guys. Peace. Roll it.
We are launching the largest national 2S LGBTQI plus advocacy campaign that this country has seen in over 20 years. From May 11th to 17th, we are leading a national Rainbow Week of Action, featuring 18 rallies in big cities and small towns all across this country, and dozens of related events. Together with workers, with parents, with feminists, and everyday Canadians who believe in freedom and equality, we are taking to the streets and speaking our truth to power.
Well, that's really messed up. Super gay.
And you ain't black.